Hello and welcome to my channel. If you'd like to come to my live Sunday night meetings or have a private session with me, you can subscribe via my website. I think I want to talk about the pain of the belief in separation. I think it's the root of all suffering. This idea that I'm separate from this, and this is my informant. My information is this. Everything I've learnt, everything I've been brought up to believe, everything that science has told me, everything that society has told me, everything that the media has told me. We live in a kind of a paradigm of the belief that everything is separate and that we have to work with the outside world. Somehow we have to figure everything out through that because I'm separate from it. And that's the root of all suffering, I'm pretty sure of it. Because even if we've suffered and been abused and all the other stuff, which I have been, that caused me to feel like something out here has to fix that suffering, because I then believe that what's out here is somehow real, is somehow real. And I try to control the outside, control the appearances, for want of a better word, because that will fix me. And when the root of it all, in my way of seeing things anyway, many people obviously wouldn't agree with that, but my way of seeing things is the root of it is that I am separate from it, that I am expelled from it, I am pushed out. I have to find a way back in. I have to find a way for it to work for me. Everything has to work for me because of the root belief that I'm separate from it. And it's a way of getting stuck. It's a way of going in this sort of hamster wheel of trying to work it out. If I earn this much money, if I appear a certain way, if I make people like me, all this stuff, which never frickin' works. I've tried in my past to do that, and it never worked. And what seemed to work is that I didn't have any sort of, the big enlightenment thing, though it was a shock to me, but, that's another story. But what I saw is that nothing is separate. Nothing can exist independently of anything else. It's all the one happening. It's always happening all at once. Always. And you can see it. It's just these patterns of the old control system comes back. The old paradigm comes back and says, but that means that I have to do something. Well, you'll do something anyway, because that's the way it works, isn't it? Have we not ever done anything? We just do it. It just happens. We just do it. When I look at everything that I do, I just do it. I just get up and I do it. And I don't really think about who's doing it or who's not doing it. It just gets done. But I don't feel like I need to fix this appearance in order to fix something else. That was all the root of all the suffering I ever had, is that I believed in this outward appearance. I believed in it. I don't believe, even with the whole shit show going on, there's something in me that goes, I'm not buying any of it. I just can't. as much as horrific and horrendous as it is, there's something in me that says this is all one story happening, and that I'm not separate from it. I'm not separate from it. I'm not even not separate from it. It's just all the one happening for whatever reason. I feel like it's a bit like the hero's journey at the moment, isn't it? Traversing the outward appearances and the things with the hoops we've got to jump through. Some of us have got to jump through, at least. And I tell you, it takes courage to stand your ground with anything to do. This outward appearance is very alluring. It's very convincing. It feels real. It's real. It's matter. It's real. This person's opinion is real. But I can't see any reality in it, because a person's opinion comes and a person's opinion goes, like everything else, like the weather or a movie or anything else. It just comes and it goes. It's not solid. It's not really solid. I would say, okay, some people aren't going to like this, but I'm going to say it. It feels like this is a magical realm. There's something magical about it. The magical hero's journey, because everyone is the hero, aren't they? Because everyone is just, they're the only point. I'm never from your point. You're never from my point. It's always this point, as it were. Not with the self thing and the me thing. The self is like, I don't know, a kind of a made up thing, isn't it? The self. You know, when you're happy, going along and you're having a good time, you don't think about self, do you? You don't think about, oh, myself. It's only when that fear of separation comes that this idea of self comes up. And it's just an idea that comes up. That's all it is. It's nothing else. Ideas come up all the time, but the idea of self can often feel like a pernicious one. And from this fear, it's a fear, isn't it? There's the self. This idea of self comes from fear. It comes from protection. I don't want to be separate. I don't want to be in oblivion. I don't want to be obliterated. You can't be obliterated, because it's never not. This is never not. It always is. It's just constant. Relentless. It's never not being. It's never not being. It's always being all the time. And here we are, many people, maybe not us, but many people trying to control it, trying to control this eternal energetic thing that's constantly happening, thinking that I will find home if only I could control it in some way. And control comes from fear of probably annihilation or something like that. But you can't really find annihilation, because there's never been a moment that's not, ever.